not only is this, important here at the SIM Summit where we're at right now, but across the media industry. Ever since the pandemic happened, people have looked at, is there bias in measurement? Is there representativeness in measurement? I think with renewed scrutiny. And obviously the very unfortunate events of the pandemic didn't cause a way that measurement changed as far as how measurement services approached it, but it really revealed some of the potential limitations and shortcomings in certain approaches for particular use cases. So what ComScore's approach has been is that ensuring that we are using the best data sources that we can for all the measurement problems that we have, whether it's that is a big data approach, panel approaches, and triangulating those approaches together so that we are using the strengths and weaknesses that the best have to offer from each other, while the strengths that each measurement service has to offer while overcoming those weaknesses. But ensuring that by having big data be a crux of the measurement approach, you're able to ensure that you have representativeness at enough scale for the different advanced audience segments that the industry is increasingly measuring, the different targets that our people are increasingly transacting on, and ensuring that we are able to produce measurement for both national and local levels where other approaches may not be able to do so because they just don't have the underlying data to offer a metric.
So not to get too deep in the weeds, but how do you identify members of diverse groups? How is that, what data signals are involved?
That's right. So with respect to big data sets, which I assume is part of your question, so the approach ComScore takes is that we partner with organizations that are able to overlay demographic data on top of our reporting households, and that partnership coincidentally happens in a way that those different groups are working with each other, so ComScore doesn't have any visibility to it. We never have any access to personally identifiable information or anything similar. But the result of that is anonymously to ComScore rostered information about particular demographics of households, such as income level, presence of children, the different age range distribution of the persons in a household. So this is a fairly well understood process now in the industry where many different, other than ComScore, we were one of the first people to sort of take this approach for television in big data. Others have followed us, where you are taking these data approaches and ensuring that something that is anonymized, where you're collecting device level data or potentially device level data with households, how you can ensure that you have some understanding of the people that are watching it. And then one of the things that we're doing at ComScore is not just ensuring that we're measuring the demographics of those household level viewing, but that we're increasingly moving into supporting persons level viewership so that we're able to give our audience, our clients confidence of the audience persons that are watching with respect to those demographic targets.
So could you explain the person-based element here, what that means and why it's important?
Yeah, so very happy to, because we're so excited about this at ComScore. So one of the things that what it essentially means, as I was saying, is ensuring that we not only are understanding viewership for general audiences, but viewership for specific targets. So if I have an advertising campaign that has to be targeted for persons 21 and above, I can specifically understand the demographic audience for that 21 and above group and target to that group and only that particular group. So the way that we approach this at ComScore is really innovative. This is such an exciting time for innovation in measurement across the industry, where we are taking a big data approach to persons level measurement, where we are personifying our household with data so that we can understand the probability that the different persons in the household are watching the viewership, and from those probabilities make persons level measurement happen. Another example of bringing the best of sources is we're using not just big data approaches, but ensuring that we can augment that where we need to with survey information to, again, use the strengths of different data sets and ensure that those are able to complement each other in a way that is allowing us to bring the best measurement possible. One of my ComScore colleagues calls this triangulation, where just like, if you're out for a run and you have different GPS satellites that are triangulating your location, that's a recognition that you can't just use one satellite data point. It's inherent that you need multiple data points to make that accurately. And media measurement is a similar circumstance, where you're not going to have one data set that's perfect, one data set that meets all your needs, but if you're able to use the right data sources together and triangulate on the measurement approach you need, you'll have a better outcome and your clients and stakeholders will have a better outcome.